Oh, can I
Go ahead.
just clear something up from
Go do
last
your
week?
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ugas won that fight.
Oh yeah.
My bad, y'all. Like,
Oh yeah, it was a little resistance from that side of the room last week.
The legend.
It was 9 a.m. Hadn't got any sleep. Right, I went straight from fight night. Stayed up all night with my boy Ben.
Yeah, very true.
And we're watching in the bleachers. So Manny's activity and him throwing 400 more punches. It looks good. Got to watch the fight later that day on Sunday, and we touched on everything Ugas did brilliantly.
Yeah.
So just to add to that, yeah, he won the fight.
Yeah.
So
And again, not to dwell on that, but I'm a little critical. Manny having a little more excuses than I would like.
well, you know,
Carson hates excuses.
Yeah.
you know what though?
I just let him go, Carson.
Almost all great fighters make them.
Yeah.
It's almost the mark. I remember when Eric Morales got knocked out by Pacquiao in their third fight when he did the no mas.
Think of a good excuse quick.
And when Morales after the fight said he's just better than me, that's when I knew his prime was done. Because the greats, Ali, when I remember Ali sitting there with his jaw like this after Frazier. He's like,
Can't say I remember.
okay.
I saw.
He saw it.
I remember watching on YouTube at
Right.
20 years old. No. Yeah, I saw.
Right.
And he's there, clearly I won the fight. He could barely talk with his jaw. So I just always remember from most great fighters, they make excuses, you know.
Some of it, I guess, and to close on that, I think Pacquiao came off as a little disrespectful to Ugas, that he was like, he's the weakest fighter or something.
That
the
line,
most beatable fighter and I'm like, okay, you're doing a little too much.
That's disrespectful.
Like, that's just disrespectful.
And once you get to that point, I just don't
Was that
listen
after
no
the
more.
fight?
Yeah, he did an interview.
I just back off when you
He's
start.
saying his legs were all, which I get, but then to say like, oh yeah, Ugas, he's very beatable. Like this,
He said he's one of the easiest opponents.
Yeah,
he
that's
fought.
just a little much.
Let's stay here for just a second because
Why'd you lose to Keith?
no excuse.
Hey, Shawn don't make
Not
excuses.
a great fighter.
Yeah.
According to his eyesight.
Sean don't
Most great fighter.
Yeah.
But Deontay Wilder, his original excuse right after the fight was,
Costume.
I was going through stuff. No, it was I was going through stuff, but I make no excuses. And then, I ain't even going to start that because I know how y'all get about Deontay. Deontay fans are real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you have? Do you have an point on that?
Well, Zytel comes over. Fight hype, right? We did the shout out to Ben, my guy.
Ben, shout out to FightHype, FightHype.com.
FightHype.com. We did an interview and we were just really breaking it down some more. And the craziest thing is that Pac has never fought a Cuban fighter with all of the experience that he has.
Great interview.
70 plus
Great
fights.
interview.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go check out that interview. It's on Fight Hype. But I just I have to analyze everything, and I always do. And so I was like, where did Pat come up short? Yes, he did not use those legs. Yeah. Maybe there was something wrong with the legs before the ring. Maybe he thought he didn't need them. And then what I feel is that he felt like he didn't need them, and then he could not go to them once he did need them. But anyway, he's never fought a Cuban fighter in his entire career, which I just think is kind of mind-blowing. Yeah. Beyond that particular punch, that right hand that is notorious for Cuban fighters and the Islanders, see Dominican fighters throw it. Puerto Rico, maybe, but not too often. But those islands, they throw that punch specifically.
The overhand. Or
all the experience he's had,
sweeping.
He's never seen that punch. Did not know how to adjust to it, and neither did his corner. And so the thing that we really got to, which I'm bringing into this episode, is at the end of our show, we said, hey, Pac, go away. We don't want to see you against. We don't want to see you against.
We worded it a little.
All right. Excuse me. We said Pac
pretty much hit Pacquiao with the, you don't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here.
we said it with love.
Right. We said, Pacquiao, retire, go ahead to the Philippines, be a president,
Did it
continue
all.
to do everything that you've been doing. You've done it all. 2 Hall of Fame careers. We can't say enough about everything that you've done.
I still feel the same. But go ahead.
But me. After a few days, I thought about it. I said,
pulled you back in.
Rematch Yordenis Ugas.
Yeah. If you're gonna keep going.
If you keep going, rematch Yordenis Ugas. I think it's the perfect fight for both of those fighters.
Yeah.
Perfect fight for Manny to take to the Philippines. I think it sells in the Philippines. It sells to the audience. It sells to TV.
Does Ugas go to the Philippines?
Ugas goes to the Philippines.
For the money,
You said if
he's
you pay him.
He's a money man.
I did say I said
He's
you
a
got
money
to. You
man.
have to pay. You have to pay Ugas.
Yeah, he's a money man.
I could not get over the way that Ugas fought.
Yeah.
And And I felt like,
I thought that
slow
was my
down,
phone.
slow down.
I'm like, I'm effing
Slow
up.
down. We good for his introduction, but we not good for nothing else. So be cool with Jimmy Lennon Jr. That's my
The classy,
guy.
the classy.
Yeah, so I just think that it makes so much sense for a rematch if Manny is to continue to fight, to do it in the Philippines. And I kind of felt like I was uncovering some genius there. So I wanted to bring that back. So I'm glad we kind of started right there with Matt. Can you stop?
Take it easy. Take it easy over there.
Stop testing it.
Yeah, I still think
He got
retire.
it.
I don't hate the idea, I guess, but yeah, I don't know.
You still prefer retirement?
Yeah, I think just retire. You don't have to prove anything to me, to boxing, to anybody.
For the most part, no one's gonna remember this fight.
Yeah, it is what it is, and that's not to discredit Ugas. Ugas won. You know, just that's it.
It's kind of like Mike Tyson. I know people are in the comments and say, "Yes, we are." Think about it. Mike Tyson. We just think about how great he was. When you think about the ass whooping Lance Lewis put on him.
Or Kevin McBride or Danny Williams?
Oh, okay, stop. Mike Tyson, man.
And also,
Danny McBride.
one more thing to Ugas. When I fought, shut up. When I fought Kell Brook,
You lost
Speaking of ass whoopings,
didn't make any excuses.
because you're not a great fighter.
Okay, all right, I'm not a great
I
fighter.
said most. Not all.
So when I fought Kell Brook, I continued to do the same thing for 12 rounds. I've covered all that.
yeah.
The same thing when Ugas fought me. I felt like I learned from that fight with Kell Brook 100%. And I felt like Ugas learned from that fight
You
with
did,
me.
man.
From him, he had understood that I can't continue to do one thing in order to win a fight. And not only that, the way he came to the ring against Manny doing 4 or 5 different things throughout the course of that fight, I just thought it was fantastic. Yeah. So I do want to say that I think that there's you can grow at any point in your career. Don't think that Manny, with 70-something fights, being almost 43, probably if he'll be 43 if he fights again, that he won't have learned anything from this fight right here.
And that's why you need those championship rounds that you always speak of.
Yep.
And that's why I worry about somebody that they don't have them championship rounds. But
Jake Paul.
nope, I'm talking about Caleb Plant. You made me say it. You made me say it.
The other white guy?
Go ahead.
No, so that's the only thing I worry about the Caleb Plant Canelo Alvarez fight, that he don't have the elite championship rounds in.
Because we were trying to get to that last week, and I was clocked out because I had somewhere to be.
Yeah, we also still have until November.
Right.
Yeah, we still got time, so we don't need to touch on it too much. But I just feel like he need more experience with like elite fighters before you take on a Canelo Alvarez. But if you offer me $10 million, taking the fight.
Yeah.
Business wise, I'm taking the fight.
Yeah.
So you don't think it's really like he can't test him with in terms of talent, hand speed, that stuff. It's just experience. It's just. Do you feel like?
Or do you feel like that's maybe just something that can come up in certain moments?
I just think when it's time to dig deep, certain experiences you need when you're fighting a top dog, and if you don't know if you got it if you never have to go there.
Right. Yeah.
So in doing these times against Canelo, you're gonna need to go there or not. Like even with Shawn,
Yeah, go on.
even with the Shawn Crawford fight, I'm just.
Allegedly.
Allegedly fight. I don't know nothing.
Happening. It's
so
going down.
don't say nothing.
Tune in
really
Thursday.
But you know
on Facebook.
the possible fight.
Yeah.
I just think some experience is gonna matter in that fight.
Yeah.
Take it how you want it. I feel like experience is gonna matter in that fight.
What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ant. Follow me on IG Ant with 2 T's. Let's do it. Let's do it again.
All right. Just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do. I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson A. Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.